Welcome back to the AI Machine channel, where we're gonna jump into some styles. If you haven't already, contour extensions. Hit the available tab and load it from the link. You can find or search for StyleSelectorXL. Once you find it, click Install. Then you'll have to apply and reload your browser. And once you're back, you'll have a little Style Selector window. Right now, Stable AI is running a contest for famous people in a cyberpunk 2077 world. I am using that too. Run with as a concept to make some images. So after it's installed and this selector is turned on, you can randomize a style. You can choose a specific style, quite a few in here. You can randomize if you do a batch, or just have it generate in the order that they come. I like leaving it on base and hitting randomize style. Another thing I want to point out is, some windows when dropped down are in functioning working order. And when you drop them out, such as the refiner right now, it turns them off. Let's run that. Generate, which I didn't point out in the last video, much less even knew myself, so I did want to make that known that sometimes when your windows are dropped out, they're not working for the generation, and you will have to drop them down to actually have them be applied in the generation. We are getting a randomized style applied. The refiner will not be applied. And we'll have a cool picture of Jimi Hendrix in a cyberpunk 2077 world. There we go, pretty cool. Fingers aren't bad. And that's without the refiner. We can look down here and see no refiner being used. Even though I clearly had it on a moment ago. Now let's drop it back down. Make sure it's in place and run another generate. Another randomized style will be chosen, no matter what I have in the selection box here. Make sure you turn the randomized off if you do choose a style. There we go, real time. And I actually just ran the base style, which means no real style was applied, even though it was in randomized style, so it was really just kind of giving us base off of the tax prompt. No real wording wrapped around this at all. But still pretty good job. Now it's to one more. We got the refiner applied. Do one more will in Allura. And a textual inversion. Just to see what the hell will happen. Generate. These usually take a little bit longer once you kick. But Lauren or any of these other add-ons. But they sometimes will add a uniqueness to the image, or a certain styling on top of the style. One of the more unique styles of paper cut. Paper match. Looks like we have a kirigami style. Oh, Laura has been applied. And quite interesting. Very cool. But yeah, if you download Laura's and click onto the things, time to take them out. Well, it's not bad. We'll do another generate without the crystal. So hopefully, before I run off and ramble too long, you've got the gist of. Drop-downs will activate the function when the image is being generated. And sometimes, if they're turned off or not dropped down, they will not be applied to the image. Now that is a question I'm curious about. Now if I do another one and take this styles window and turn it off, I think it still generates actually. So yeah, that was what was kind of odd when I did find out that having it setting it and then turning it off, or dropping it down, actually turned it off. There's another wild Jimi Hendrix image with a fantasy art style edit. So let's drop down the refiner, turn him off. Supposedly yes, he will go off, and then we'll turn off the styles here and see if a style gets apply. And let's take the Laura out as well. And let's change this over to Oh David Bowie. And let's give him 50 steps. And generate. Now here we should have no style applied, if the window applies. And we will have no refiner being used. We should just have David Bowie in a cyberpunk 2077 world, using the ZE Chroma XL model from Civit AI. Take a moment here. And yes, no refiner should help speed it up a little bit. And we have a nice spacesuit. David Bowie and a cyberpunk world. Very nice. Major Tom would be proud. And then if we look down here now, see, the Style Selector actually did apply space style, even though it is turned off. Which to me, yeah. But the refiner is not being used, because it is turned off as well, so some of them have to be dropped down for them to be functioning. Some of them, like the styles, they do not have to be dropped down. You just have to know what is selected, and then you can get at your window space back. But some, like the refiner, if it is not visible, it will not be applied to your image. We'll do another quick one here with the refiner. Down 50 steps. And the styles is actually closed, but as we know now, it will still work and generate a randomized style. I believe is what is selective at the moment. But to drive this point home, some of your windows went visible. I mean, they're on or off. Silly small point, I guess, but it's something. And now you have cool styles from a StyleSelectorXL. To get some interesting prompts, as you can see, wrapped around your basic prompt. This is the tilt shift style. And they have their negative words here and some active. Positive prompting to get this particular style. Just quite good. So I hope all that makes sense. I'm trying not to ramble on and keep on repeating myself. But it's easy to get lost in automatic 1111. I should do some inbaiting soon. Let's try it now. Here I go. Continuing image to image inbait. Send it. Now let's paint out some of Dave's face here. Okay, well, there. We have to take your little hairpiece off. We'll do the quick and dirty version of this, to see if this even works, while I'm recording. Another whole selection of settings you can do. Well, since this was a nice close-up, let's see if we can change Dave into I don't know. I guess I can do the size thing or something here. Use the brush. There we go, a little bigger. And before I continue to miss another type of little undo function there, Okay, alright. And with any luck, without even turning on control, let's say prints. Let's see what happens. I should have checked. Only masked. Let's see what we get. For this bonus section of me continuing on. And there we go. We have taken David and turned him into the purple one himself. And that's just a quick off the cuff. I didn't even plan it, much less plan anything. In this third take or so of this video recording, a little bit of how you do some inpainting from your text to image. Basically, I just took this right here. Send image and generation parameters to image in Paint tab. It sends the generated image that we got from all of the other previous steps over to the image tab. I then enlarged my little brush here, painted over the stuff that I wanted to change, gave the prompt, person or thing that I wanted to put in the inpainting. And depending on how detailed you got, it did a pretty good job, when you say. Very cool. Alright, well, I better stop it there. Hope you've learned some things. And continue to have fun with Automatic 11 and Stability Matrix. I will try to do something on the Comfy Y and Imprint section that just got added to the update of Stability Matrix. Until then, have fun and see you in the next one.